Back down the country road, the girls are always hot and the beer is ice cold. Whoa, never gonna grow up, never gonna slow down. We were shining like lighters in the dark in the middle of a rock show. Welcome back for another incredible Nealon guitar song tutorial. I am the David Nealon. And today we are learning how to play a great summertime country hit released in 2011 by Owen called Barefoot Blue G Night. Fun song to play, fun song to sing, real easy song to learn. Only 4 chords and 2 of them are the same chord. They'll repeat through the whole song, but make sure to stick around to the end of the tutorial where we can learn different ways of playing these 4 chords to keep your renditions dynamic and fresh. We'll break this tutorial down to 4 parts. 1, learning the chords. 2, strumming patterns. 3, breakdown of the song structure. And 4, alternative chord voicings. Let's jump in. Part 1, learning the chords. Our first chord is an E major. We have an open low E string, middle finger on 2nd fret A string, ring finger on 2nd fret D string, index finger on 1st fret G string, and open B and E. We get E, B, E, G sharp, B, and E. Next we have a B add 11 chord where we're going to take that exact same shape with our middle finger, ring, and index, slide it all the way up to the 9th fret with our middle finger on the 9th fret A string, ring finger on the 9th fret D string, index on the 8th fret G string. We're going to have an open low E, open B, and open high E. So we get E, F sharp, B, D sharp, B, and E. And finally, we're just going to move this shape down 2 frets to rest on the 7th fret. So we're going to have our middle finger on 7th fret A string, ring finger 7th fret D string, index 6th fret G string. We get open low E, open B, open high E. So we get an A add 9, E, E, C sharp, A, B, E. Part 2, strumming patterns. Strumming pattern 1 is going to take a couple strums and a slide. So we're going to go from our E major here and slide up. Down, down, up, slide. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, slide. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that is the only strum pattern that we're going to use for this entire song. Just different variations with open and palm muted. Part 3, song structure breakdown. The intro is going to be guitar heavy with that strum pattern that we just learned in part 2. It's going to sound just like this. And then the verse 1 is going to utilize that same strum pattern, but we're going to start palm muting with it. We'll palm mute by taking the back of our palm right here, placing it lightly on top of the strings, right near the bridge of the guitar. So it'll sound like this. Full moon shining bright, edge of the water, we were feeling alright. Back down the country road, the girls are always hot and the beer is ice cold. We jump from that verse into a little interlude. During that interlude, we just let this strum pattern go. We release our palm muting and play the same thing. And then we jump into the chorus. The chorus is exactly the same. Whoa, never gonna grow up, never gonna slow down. We were shining like lighters in the dark in the middle of a rock show. Whoa! And then we jump into verse 2. Verse 2 is going to have that same palm muted strum pattern as verse 1. The only different part here now that we jump into is in our bridge. In our bridge, we're going to use the first variation of our E major chord here. We're going to place our index here on the 7th fret of our A string, ring finger on the 9th fret of our D string, and pinky on the 9th fret of our G string. This is just going to give us an E5 shape. And we can palm mute this as well. Whoa, never gonna grow up, never gonna slow down. We were shining like lighters in the dark in the middle of a rock show. We were doing it right. And then you jump back into another chorus. And during the outro, it's the same strum pattern, same 4 chords. Part 4, alternative chord voicings. Now we're going to jump into some alternate voicings of each of the chords used in this song to continue simply mastering the fretboard. Don't be frightened of learning something new. All the voicings will come in handy not only with Barefoot Blue Jean Night, but with so many other songs as well. Whenever you're ready to see how everything learned in this lesson can be utilized in real time in a performance, make sure to hit that link down below in the description to check out the playthrough performance video of this song. Just don't leave before finishing this tutorial, hitting that like button, and subscribing to Kneeling Guitar for all of your song tutorial needs. Let's get back into it. As mentioned in part 3, our first alternative is going to be this E5 chord. We're going to have an open E string, index on the 7th fret A string, ring finger on the 9th fret D string, pinky on the 9th fret G string, open B and E. It gives us an E5 with the notes E, E, B, E, B, and E. Just the 1 and a 5. Next, we can take that same positioning and bar down and give an A major shape to get an E major chord. Bar down the index on the 7th fret from A to a high E. Ring finger is going to play this D, G, and B string on our 9th fret. That's our A major shape. And we're going to get E, B, E, G sharp, and B. Next, we can use an E major 7 chord. We're going to take our pinky, put it on the 2nd fret of our A string. Middle finger is going to play this 1st fret of our D string. Ring finger is going to play the 1st fret of our G string, and we're going to get open, low E, high E, and open B. So we'll get E, B, D sharp, G sharp, B, and E. Moving on to B major, we're going to slide all the way up here to our 9th fret, put our ring finger on the 9th fret A string, pinky on the 9th fret D string, middle finger on the 8th fret G string, and index on the 7th fret B string. We're not going to play this low E or the high E. We're going to get F sharp, B, D sharp, and F. Next, we can move down to our 2nd fret, bar down the 2nd fret here with our index from A to high E, and place the A major shape on top of it with a ring finger, barring down D, G, and B. So we get B, F sharp, B, D sharp, and F sharp. Finally, for B major, we're just going to invert this A major shape to get our root here up on top. Our index is going to take over D, G, and B on the 4th fret, and our pinky is going to be placed up on the 7th fret of our high E string. So we get F sharp, B, D sharp, and B. The root just moves up here to the top. For our first A variation, we're going to go down and play an open A major chord. Our middle finger, ring finger, and pinky are going to be placed on the 2nd fret of our D, G, and B string. So we have an open A and E string, so we're not going to play the low E. We get A, E, A, C sharp, and E. Next, a little bit of a tough chord, but we're going to play an A add 9 here. We'll bar down from D to B with our index on the 2nd fret. Our pinky is going to reach up here and play the 5th fret of our low E string. Middle finger is going to play the 4th fret of our A string, and our ring finger is going to play the 4th fret of our G string. A, C sharp, E, B, and C sharp. We won't play this high E. Finally, we'll move up here to the 7th fret with our root A on our 7th fret D string. Index will play that, and then our ring finger is going to play the 9th fret G string, middle finger 8th fret B string, pinky on the 9th fret high E string. We get A, E, G, and C sharp for an A7 chord. You are killing it. There are so many incredible kneeling guitar song tutorials and lessons to learn from, and so many more on the way, and you are taking action on achieving a goal of simply mastering the fretboard. That alone deserves commendation, so make sure to sing your own praises every now and again while you continue to push forward with this positive momentum that you've begun. Subscribe to the Kneeling Guitar channel to keep that ball rolling and jump right into the playthrough performance video of this song. I'll see you over there.